Masterminds. It's time to react to some jokes on Reddit. Two blondes are walking and one asks, which is closer, the moon or Florida? The other responds, duh, can you see Florida? Since it started snowing, all my girlfriend has done is stare through the window. If it gets any worse, I may have to let her back in. I'm Susan, but you can call me Sue. I'm Dave, but everyone calls me Dick. Really? How do you get Dick from Dave? You ask nicely. Apparently crabs hear through their legs. A scientist yelled at a crab and it ran away. Then he cut off its legs and yelled at it again. And suddenly the crab didn't run away anymore. If we all email the Constitution to each other, the NSA might finally read it. Two blondes are walking in the forest. They stumble upon some tracks. Blonde 1 says, these are deer tracks. Blonde 2 says, no, these are raccoon tracks. They argue and argue until they get hit by a train. A man had a portal to a secret world in his house. Every night he would step through the portal and leave his chatty wife, screaming kids, and dirty dog behind. He would be completely alone and calm, but then his feet would cramp up and he had to wipe his ass and get back to reality. Why do so many kids die in school shootings? They aren't allowed to run in the hallways. What do you call a discount circumcision? A ripoff. What happens after the queen visits the toilet? A royal flush. Where do suicide bombers go after death? Everywhere. My uncle showed me a porn video when I was 12 years old. It was me at 5. What did Jesus do with his life? He nailed it. Why are there so many Asians, but it's mostly white people developing the world? Quality over quantity. Why can't orphans play baseball? They don't know where home is. What went through the minds of the victims in the Las Vegas massacre? Bullets. The reason ISIS was finally defeated in Iraq was because they were only hiring suicide bombers with 5 or more years of experience. Suicide isn't funny unless it's done by Robin Williams. And absolutely mind-blowing if done by Kurt Cobain. And if done by Chester Bennington, it would just end up hanging. Why did Hitler kill the Nazi? It was past its due date. What's the hardest part about hearing your sister has AIDS? Acting surprised. I'll try not to look guilty. Trying not to cheer. The fact that you now have them too. Shootings is great stress buster. Apparently kids should not be called stress. What do you call an Ethiopian delicacy? Food. Why are vegetables always picked on? Because they can't stand up for themselves. What do you call a fat Jew? Concentrated fat. Fried fats. What's it called when a black guy nuts and the condom rips? A jailbreak. Get it straight, kid. All the protection in the world doesn't change the fact that it's called rape. My father won't pay child support. What do you do if you're on fire? Shoot yourself in the head before you turn into a black person. What did Michael Jackson do when parents stopped letting their kids go to Neverland? Just be... Rape is better aged, like a fine wine. What do you call a Jewish fish? Smoked salmon. Little Mary really wanted to go to the dance. After asking her dad, she was given the ultimatum that she could only go if she sucked Daddy's dick. After reluctantly agreeing, she stops mid-suck and says, "Oh, Daddy, why does your dick taste like poo?" To which Daddy responds, "Yeah, your little brother wanted to go too." What do you call a rich, retarded kid? Spoiled produce. What's the similarity between a Jew and a stiff nipple? They both disappear after a hot shower. I love it when girls talk dirty to me. Especially when they say stuff like, "Who are you?" and "Get off me, you creep." Did you know Auschwitz was split in 2 sections? Smoking and non-smoking. Work it out. The housing market in California is at an all-time high. Some would even say it's on fire. Why are there no black people in the Flintstones? They were all apes back then. After death, what is the only organ in the female body which remains warm? My penis. A man slaps a kid in a wheelchair. When people complain, he says, "What? I'm just testing the ripeness of this vegetable." What is another word for the brain? Target practice. Did you hear about the porn star who killed himself? He was hung. How to make a plumber cry? Kill his family. How do you prevent gang rape? Take turns one by one. A blind man walks into a bar, and a table, and a door, and a staircase. I accidentally said hi to a feminist today. My court case starts tomorrow. If pro is the opposite of con, what is the opposite of Congress? What's under a ponytail? A horse's ass. Who won the first Tour de France? The 7th Panzer Division. Why did the cucumber have a vagina? Because it was a transplant. There are 3 rings in a marriage. Engagement ring, wedding ring, suffering. Why can't Muslims eat pork? Because if they did, they would be cannibals. Why can't gingers see the sun? Because they don't have a soul. Are you a cigarette? Because I want to put your butt in my mouth. Why does Bruce Willis keep making action movies? Because his old habits die hard. Die Hard is the best Christmas movie, hands down. It's a good movie. All of the code I write is like my brain. I have no idea what the hell is wrong with it. I farted in my wallet, now I have gas money. What do you call it when the Queen farts? The Royal Air Force. Opinions are like assholes. I wish my girlfriend paid more attention to mine. Okay, masterminds, that's the end of this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Remember, be smart for your heart.